New this morning, we head back to Burlington Airport. Amanda is still there. She is giving us all the history on the World War II planes you can see there for yourself.
And she has two special guests with her this morning. Hey, Amanda.
Hey guys, I certainly do, and you recognize one of them. This is Steve Perkins. He's the executive director of the Vermont Historical Society. We're doing a special little This Place in History this morning. It's not Thursday, but it's okay. This is a This Place in History you can actually take part in this weekend. We are checking out some World War II aircraft here that are visiting the Burlington International Airport. It's part of the Wings of Freedom tour. So Ryan Kehoe is here to tell us more. We've moved down a little bit, a little farther away from some of the action, but there might be a JetBlue flight that takes off here in a moment, so we apologize if there's some loud noise. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning, Amanda. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks so much for joining Steve and I here this morning. We've been really excited about this. What are we standing in front of?
Well, we're standing in front of the North American P-51 Mustang. For everybody who grew up during World War II and everybody after World War II, they probably know this airplane. This is one of the most famous World War II fighter aircraft that we flew in America, built in 1944. This aircraft behind us is the exact same type of airplane that flew out of here in Vermont back after World War II as part of the Air National Guard.
Wow, that's incredible. And this looks like something you would see in war movies. And is this a predecessor of the F-16? Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. This was one of our first frontline fighter aircraft. So this aircraft went up and escorted the bombers that we have also on display out here today, and escorted them and fought against the enemy aircraft that came up to intercept those aircraft. And then later on, they used these aircraft as ground attack airplanes. So they would go in and find targets of opportunity on the ground and strafe them and basically take out small encampments and such on the ground. So this airplane, just about everybody knows it. A lot of fighter aces flew in this airplane, so just about everybody has seen them in probably war movies and read about them in books as well.
Steve, I know you have some questions.
I have a lot of questions. So, as a kid, I made models, and I made many models of this airplane. But can you tell us why this airplane was superior to many of the other airplanes that were flying at the time?
Absolutely. This airplane had probably the best engine ever built for a World War II fighter aircraft. This has the V12 Merlin engine, which is actually a Rolls-Royce engine that was built by Packard Motor Company here in the United States. This thing could fly to the altitudes that the bombers could fly at, around 28,000 feet, and had the range to be able to escort those bomber aircraft all the way deep into the heart of enemy territory over Europe during World War II. Before that, the airplanes that were flying as bomber aircraft were on their own, and they could only fly with their own defensive armament to attack the other aircraft that came up against them. So this airplane, as it's been known in movies, was the little friend, as they like to call it. So it was a superior aircraft in many ways. It could outturn enemy aircraft. It was faster than most everything at that point. So it was generally a superior fighter, and still flew well into the 1950s as a fighter aircraft too.
Wow, Steve, we have time for one more. What do you got?
So about how many of these aircraft were produced during World War II?
You're looking at about 12,000 of the, about 9,000 of the P-51 Mustang, and then some of the aircraft that we have out here on the ramp, upwards to 18,000 aircraft were built of the B-24 Liberator, which is one of the aircraft that we have out here as well. So we definitely had an amazing war effort that we could produce a lot of airplanes, which is basically how we won the war.
And I imagine there aren't many left today, at least in flying condition as these are. So how is this so special? How does this come together?
Absolutely. The P-51 behind us is one of about 100 that fly, but this is one of the few dual control ones that are out there. So two people can actually fly on board the airplane. And we actually have the only flyable B-24 Liberator flying out here today, out of over 18,000 built. And our B-17 Flying Fortress is one of only 9 that are currently flying in the world today.
Wow, that's incredible. So you can be a part of this history by coming out to the airport this weekend and checking out the Wings of Freedom tour. We're going to be posting more information on our website, of course, mychamplainvalley.com. Hope to see you guys out here. It's today, Saturday, Sunday. Don't miss it. Megan, Paul, Xeni, back to you guys.
3 days.
Gets better and better every time.
Yes, you have no excuses. Thank you, Amanda. Well, many have fled as for Hurricane Florence. It's heading their way, as we've been